Alright, time to do another battle report featuring the Tomb Kings. I thought I was going to get two games in this weekend, but it turned out just to be the one on the Sunday. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the game on Saturday that I was planning. But this is at the City Guard Auckland Wargaming Club in town, and it's against a Chaos Warriors player. Warriors of Chaos is probably the better term for it. And this will be my third game against Warriors of Chaos, and you can see everybody deployed here. And this is the debut of the Casket of Souls, my favourite model, and the reason why I started playing Warhammer in the first place. You can see the big casket on the big block of wood in the background of my deployment there. So let's just talk through the deployment here. It's Tomb Kings versus Warriors of Chaos. From left to right, we've got the two Scorpions, the catapult on the hill, archers kind of balancing on the hill there with the big unit of skeleton warriors next to them. Now the king on foot, for the first time ever, is on the ground with the Destroyer of Eternities in that unit. Then you've got the casket plus a unit of 12 guys of heavy cavalry with spears. I know that they're not very good, but I'm still sort of just ironing out the list, and I haven't really got much other stuff to take up the points. I've recently bought some Tomb Guards. I'll be using them next game, but for now it's the heavy cavalry unit. The carrion are behind the archers next to them, a big unit of 20 archers, and all of the cavalry, all the chariots on the left-hand flank with the Tomb Prince this time in it. So this is the one list that I've been dying to take for ages. The Fluffy Con tournament is over. I've got the casket in there. I've got the Tomb King with the Destroyer of Eternities on foot. I've got the Tomb Prince on the Chariot of Fire, and things are looking cool. Now, as a compromise, I've actually put the Collar of Shepesh on the priest who's on the casket, just in case he gets shot at or attacked. And the Tomb King on foot would normally have the Collar of Shepesh in combination with the Destroyer of Eternities, but instead he's got a Talisman of Protection, 6+ ward save thing, and a Vambraces of the Sun, which negates a single enemy attack. Now, my opponent has got two units of Marauders with flails on the left-hand flank. He's not finished painting his army or gluing them together, so he's actually some of them are not on their horses. He's got a Hell Cannon at the back. He's using those three horse base, cavalry-sized bases to represent the Hell Cannon. And you can see the three crewmen right at the back there that representing Chaos Dwarves. He's also got a big block of Chaos Warriors in the middle with a general riding a disc of Zench, and a big unit of Marauders in the middle, another group of Warriors over the side with a Sorcerer in it, and he's got two units of Warhounds and Chaos Knights on the right-hand flank. So let's move to the next picture, where you can pretty much just see a detail shot of my catapult. Not really sure. I think that was just a test photo, so nothing really to say about that. Catapult on the hill, archers in front. So I'm just going to straight away go to the next photo, where you can see Derek in the background. Derek didn't get his game because he was planning on playing the Demons guy that beat me in the tournament, also known as Phil Commons. But yeah, I don't think Phil showed up this time, so Derek just had to hang around. Sorry, Derek, but appreciate the advice for the game. And you can see in a bit more detail over here the chariots on the flank with the Tomb Prince attached to one unit. The unit with the standard of the Cursing Wound is on the far left. And you can see the carrion just hanging out behind the archers. Now, funnily enough, the guy that I'm playing against had actually watched my commentaries, and he actually saw my last couple of games against Chaos Warriors, and he pointed that out. So he's well aware of my strategy, where I fly the carrion behind enemy lines and do the marsh block. But he's got two casters this game plus 2 Dispel Scrolls, so he's got a lot more magic defense than I've been up against lately. Let's go to the next picture, where the undead get the first turn, and we're actually straight into the picture where the Chaos take their own first turn. What happened here is that the carrion just flew behind the forest instead of trying to march block. There's the big bubbling swamp next to the carrion anyway, so that's not too big of a deal. Casket of Souls actually did go off in one of these turns and kill a few guys, which is really cool. Souls, man, I love using the casket. Probably not the wisest choice for this game. In fact, it was a really silly choice. It's very liable to damage a target 330 points or something, and just really a terrible idea, but I just love it so much. You've got the archers moving forward and wiping out one group of warhounds, the dogs, and the chariots just moving forward, just to make sure that they're exactly 16 inches away from the Chaos Knights, because the Chaos Knights have slightly less range than the chariots, and the Scorpions just moving up around the flank. So nothing too much happening in the first couple of turns, no magic, nothing really important happening, just killed one unit of hounds. Now, more importantly, over here, this is Chaos turn 1, but he had the second turn. He's moved in his Chaos Marauders on horseback. Everybody's armed with flails. I've actually killed some of them with shooting. I think I got the catapult off on one of them. And what happened is that he's moved his cavalry over to the side here. He's tried to position them so that one lot's out of charge range and the other one is in range, but we'll see later that they're actually in charge range. Now, I fired a second shot with the Screaming Skull catapult in the shooting phase after I'd used the smite with it, but it misfired and blew itself up. So straight away, the Screaming Skull catapult is destroyed due to bad luck on my half. But that's Warhammer for you, and that's the joys of using war machines. So next photo, you can see this is the Undead turn 2. And what's happened is that I've charged the initial group of Marauders with one Scorpion, wiped them out, and they've run away, and I've charged the second group of Marauders with the other Scorpion. Now, after they ran away, they rallied after I moved my Carrion right behind them, and then they sort of moved between the two Marauders and the Carrion. That's how you can actually see a group of 4 Marauders in the background next to the forest, between the Carrion and the forest there. They actually rallied and then moved back. So we're actually looking at Chaos turn 2 here. In the meantime, the Knights have just moved backwards, so they're not getting charged by the chariots on the left. And he's moved his Marauders and Chaos Warriors forward. He's got one unit of Chaos Warriors, unfortunately, behind the swamp. So they're very bogged down by that, if you will. And his last couple of Chaos Marauders in combat with that single Scorpion. So things going very well for me on the right-hand flank. I've prevented a charge from the Chaos Knights on the left-hand flank, and I'm holding the center, so game looks like it's going alright so far. I've done some damage. I've wiped out all of his Chaos Dogs, all of his Warhounds, but I've lost my Scullipult. So that's pretty much the status at the moment. So things looking to shape up shortly. Going to the next photo where you can see my group of 20 archers just firing at these Chaos Warriors who are bearing down on me. Not really getting many kills done. But what I'm going to have to do here is reform and take the charge, because there's not too much else that I can do. But I've got units supporting like a big group of cavalry, 12 cavalry plus the King's unit on foot. Let's go to the next photo. You can see the chariots all lined up. Now, for some reason, he actually turned his Chaos Warriors around and actually walked backwards, and he was trying to get as far backwards as he could, and he didn't bother turning around. So I was really surprised that he pulled that move. What I would have done if I was him was I would have just kept the Chaos Warriors facing me, so that I wouldn't, to prevent me from moving too far forward. That way, if I had moved too far forward, he could have charged me and just demolished me. And if I decided not to move too far forward, that would just prevent the chariots from doing too much the rest of the game. But that's what he's decided to do. So I'm pretty much free to move my chariots next turn to wherever I want. Next photo, you can see, we've already seen this picture pretty much. It's just a close-up on the Scorpion in combat with the Marauders. What actually happens here is that the Carrion charged the Marauders here, and we wipe them out, and I eventually get the other Marauders as well, but we'll see what happens in the next couple of photos. Here's a photo of the Casket of Souls. Man, really spent a lot of time painting this one. It's not finished painting, but I really love this model. I've put it on a massive block of wood, as you can see. It looks great. I just can't get enough of this model at the moment. I can't wait to take this against like an Empire army or a Goblin army. It's going to be so much fun getting that off. And of course it weakens his casters, and means that his casters are at -1 to cast. So that's another positive perk of having the Casket of Souls there. Next photo. What I've done here is that I've moved my chariots in so that one group, so both groups are in charge range of the Chaos Knights, but they're also in charge range of anything in the center of the map there. But now we've got another Chaos turn. He's turned his Marauders around, he's turned his Chaos Knights around. Way in the background to the left, you can see that there's a unit of Carrion and a Scorpion right in the far left of the photo, top left of the photo. They've wiped out all of the Marauders, so I've actually taken control of that entire flank, and I'm ready to actually attack some of the Chaos units from behind. So things going very well for me on the right-hand flank. In the meantime, he's actually marched his Nurgle Sorcerer on horseback behind the forest here. So that's the Chaos character unit in between my archers and my chariots there, but he's moved his infantry even close to my archers, so there's going to be a bit of a fight coming up soon. So next photo, you can see a little bit more clearly around the flank. He's got his hell cannon still at the back there. I've got my Scorpions and Carrion around the flank. He's still kind of bogged down with his units in the center. Nothing much happening here, and this is just another photo of the same sort of position in the turn. So going to the next photo, this is quite interesting because he's moved his Chaos Exalted Champion on the disc over to the hill here so that he can get charges off in behind for various other things. Now, very important thing to bear in mind is that I made a serious mistake, which he didn't capitalize on, and I had the Hierophant over here in this unit, and I forgot about the fact that he had an Exalted Champion on the disc. And what he could have done is he could have just charged the Hierophant and killed it. I told him that after the game, and I'm just glad that he didn't pick up